Hello students, we were discussing the chapter 15 of class 8 science, that is reaching the age of adolescence, and in our previous video we have discussed the various changes that takes place in adolescent during at the age of 11 or the changes takes place in a specific period of life, and they are controlled by special types of hormones known as sex hormones. Testosterone is known as a male sex hormone that brings the changes in the males, and estrogen is known as a female hormone that is released by the ovary and brings the changes in females during adolescent period. These hormones are chemicals. These are actually chemicals, and they are secreted by a special type of glands known as endocrine glands. And these endocrine glands, they do not have duct. They are also known as ductless gland, and they pour directly their secretion into the blood, and the blood carries the hormone to the target site and initiate the working of the organ. Different endocrine glands that are located in different parts of the human body, they form the endocrine system. Or these chemicals or these hormones secreted by the endocrine glands, they are also known as the messenger of the body, and they brings different changes, and they secrete different types of hormones that play a very important role in the growth and development. Pituitary gland is the master gland, and it stimulates the testes and ovaries to release the sex hormone, and these hormones, they are released by the testes in males. They secrete testosterone, and ovaries release estrogen in female. And the sex hormones, this reaches the specific part of the body called the target site through the blood, and hormones stimulate changes in the body. Now let's discuss the role of hormones or position of endocrine glands, hormones secreted by them, and their function in human. There are different types of glands and their location. The first one is the pituitary gland, and it is present at the base of the brain. This pituitary gland is known as the master gland. Now let's discuss why it is known as the master gland. It controls number of secretions, and it controls the functioning of the other endocrine gland. That is why it is known as the pituitary gland. It releases growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH, and their function are to stimulate the thyroid gland for the production of thyroxine, and it controls the normal growth of the body. It also controls the activity of other endocrine glands, hence it is called the master gland. The next one is the pineal gland. Pineal gland is a small rounded structure present in the brain, and this pineal gland is also secrete melatonin hormone, which controls mood, sleep, and regulate the sexual cycle, and it also possesses anti-gonadotropic characteristics. The next one is the thyroid gland, which is present at the base of the throat in the neck, and it is the largest endocrine gland. Thyroid is the largest endocrine gland, and it is attached to the trachea just below the larynx. It is bilobed or it is butterfly shaped, and main hormone of thyroid is an iodine containing hormone which is known as thyroxine. Thyroxine control basal metabolic rate, and it determines the consumption of energy, tendency of the body to gain weight, physical activity, body temperature, heartbeat, etc. Deficiency of dietary iodine, it causes enlargement of the thyroid, which result in swelling of neck, and disorder is called the iodine deficiency goiter, and it is quite common in northern hilly areas. And deficiency of thyroxine is in children, it leads to physical and mental retardation. Thyroid also secrete a non-iodinated hormone called the calcitonin, which control the calcium and phosphate concentration of blood plasma by checking their metabolism from bone. The next one is the adrenal gland. This is adrenal gland and it is present at the upper surface of the or at the upper end of the kidney. Each kidney has adrenal gland, and adrenal gland release an emergency hormone that is known as adrenaline. It is known as emergency hormone, or it is also known as triple F hormone. Also known as triple F hormone. It is produced in response to cold, joy, anger, fear, and emotional stress. And the involuntary muscles of small arteries, they contract and it reduces the blood supply to skin. Blood flows to skeletal and heart muscles during fright, and flight. So extra blood flow to the skeletal and heart muscles. It dilate the bronchioles. Rapid contraction of diaphragm and rib muscles increases rate of breathing and hence oxygenation of the blood. So heart beats faster during the fight, fright and flight, and it provides more oxygenated blood to muscles for their activity. Next one is the pancreas. This is pancreas, and pancreas, it is present near the liver. It secretes insulin hormone. It secretes insulin hormone and it regulates the level of sugar in our blood. If there is lack of insulin in our blood, then it causes diabetes. Means a person will not be able to secrete the insulin hormone that help in the regulation of the blood sugar. The other one is the thymus. This is thymus, and thymus, it is present. It is a soft pinkish bilobed gland which lies near the heart, and its size is maximum during the puberty. And after that it becomes shrink, and in old age it will become microscopic, and this gland brings the maturation of the lymphocytes, and it secretes hormone thymosin. And thymosin is required for the formation of lymphocytes, resistance to infection and allergy, or in other ways we can say that it helps to build up our immune system. The other one are the ovaries in female. Ovaries, they produce mature ova under the influence of the follicle stimulating hormone, and maturing ova produce female sex hormone called the estrogen. This estrogen is essential for the development of secondary sex organs and external female sex characters like breast, rounded contour, high pitched voice at puberty. And these ovaries are 2 in number. They are present in the pelvis region of the muscle, and they release estrogen and progesterone hormone, development of the secondary sexual characters, and maintain the growth of uterus. Progesterone maintain the growth of uterus during pregnancy. And the next one is the testes in males. They are also 2 in number. These are the male genital organs, and they secrete testosterone hormone, and these are generally present outside the body of the male, and their function is the development of secondary sexual characters in males. So importance of the hormone in life cycle of animals. We have learned about the metamorphosis in insects and in frogs in our previous chapter. In insect, metamorphosis is controlled by insect hormone. Insect release the special type of hormone which is known as insect hormone. And in frog, it is controlled by thyroxine hormone. that is produced by the thyroid glands of the frog. For thyroxine to be produced, the presence of iodine in water is essential, and if there is lack of iodine in the water, then tadpoles do not become adults, and their growth will become retarded. So hormones are not only important for human beings, they are also important, they also play important role in the life cycle of animals. Now let's discuss the menstrual cycle. Students, we have discussed in a previous topic that an adolescent become capable of reproduction only when the testes and ovaries start producing gametes, and the reproductive phase in girls begin at the age of 11 to 12 years, while in boys it start at the age of 13-14 years, and the capacity to produce gamete lasts till the age of 45 to 50 years in female. In females, one of the two ovaries, they produces one egg or ovum which is released once in every 28 days, 28 to 30 days. And this process of release of a mature ovum by an ovary is called ovulation. We will understand the menstrual cycle with the help of this flow chart. Maturation, first step is the maturation of the ova, which is known as the ovulation. During the period of 28 to 30 days, the wall of the uterus become thick to receive the egg. When the egg get fertilized, if the egg get fertilized, then the menstruation stop, and it result in pregnancy, and the zygote develop into embryo, and embryo develop into fetus. And if the fertilization does not take place by the sperm, then the lining of the uterus, it breaks down and passes out the vagina with the unfertilized egg, resulting in bleeding, and this is called menstruation. And menstruation occurs for 4 to 5 days after every 28 to 30 days. So the beginning of the menstruation at puberty is called the menarche, and after some time it will become irregular, and at the age of 45 to 50 years, the permanent stoppage of the menstruation cycle in women is known as menopause. Now let's discuss the next topic, that is sex determination of a baby. Students, we have learned in our chapter cell that chromosome present inside the nucleus, they have a genetic material. Every healthy human being has 23 pairs of chromosome. You can see that there in this picture there are 23 pairs of chromosome, and both in male and female. The 23rd pair, this is the 23rd pair in male and in female. The 23rd pair in males and female differ in males. It consists of X and Y. In males, it consists of XY hormone. This is XY chromosome, and in female it is X and X. And this pair is known as sex hormone, both in female and both in male. So the gamete, that is sperm or egg, have only one set of chromosome. There are 23 single chromosomes, and hence the egg always carries an X chromosome, but a sperm may carry either X or Y chromosome. So these chromosomes, when an egg and sperm fuse, it is the 23rd chromosome that determines the sex of the baby. Now let's discuss how the sex of the baby can be determined. A sperm carrying X chromosome fertilizes an egg. Sperm carrying X chromosome fertilizes an egg, the baby will be a girl. And if a sperm carrying Y chromosome fertilizes an egg, the baby will be a boy. And it is thus clear that the sex of the unborn baby depends on the sperm of the father and not the mother. So the reproductive health It is also important to maintain their reproductive health. A person is said to be healthy if he or she is physically and mentally fit. You have learned in your junior classes that to keep the body healthy, it is important to eat a balanced diet. So, an adolescent needs to eat a healthy and balanced diet as adolescence is a stage of rapid growth and development. The diet should include protein, carbohydrates, fats, minerals, and vitamin in required proportion. Personal hygiene is also important. Personal hygiene, everyone should have to bath. Why they have to bath? Because during this period um, there is a there is excessive secretion of the sweat and sebaceous gland that secrete their hormones, and personal hygiene is needed to prevent the occurrence of diseases. Adolescent needs to practice the important point of personal hygiene, which are everyone should have a bath at least once every day, and it is more necessary for adolescent because the increased activity of sweat glands sometimes makes the body smelly. So they should bath daily, change the clothes daily. Before and after taking meals, we should always wash our hands with soaps. Girls should special care of cleanliness during the time of menstrual flow, and they should keep track of their menstrual cycle and be prepared for the onset of menstruation. Physical exercise is also important for keeping good health. It keeps the body and mind fit. So all young boys and girls should take long walk, brisk walking, running, cycling, yoga in open air to keep the body fit and healthy. And along with this, adolescent is a period of rapid cognitive and emotional and attitudinal changes. So this period has been denoted as a period of storm and stress. Positive thinking will lead to positive personality development, and the major thing is that say no to drug, because adolescent can easily be tempted to be addicted to drugs, alcohol and tobacco because of the stress they undergo or because of adventure spirit. A positive adolescent must say no to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco because these things cause many physical and mental illness. An adolescent they must maintain their healthy lifestyle. So drugs are addictive. If you take them once, you feel like taking it again and again, and they ruin health and happiness. For example, many diseases like AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, the disease that is caused by the dangerous HIV, human immunovirus. It weakens the body's immunity, therefore body become prone to many other infections or diseases. And it is caused due to the sexual contact, sharing syringes used for injecting drugs, and it also transferred from mother to a child through her milk. So say no to drugs, stay positive, and build up your positive personality. Thank you.